Hi, everyone. My name is Mike Haltman. I'm the owner of Hallmark Abstract Service and also the host of Meet the Long Island Elite Member. And today we are very fortunate to have with us Rich Tavarez, who is a phenomenal member of the group, but also a phenomenal member of the business community, a phenomenal member of the giving back community as well. So, welcome, Rich.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike. Just very happy to be here. Appreciate the inclusion. I know this is part two. We had a little technical difficulties the first time, but look, we're both entrepreneurial guys, so we find a way to make it happen.
Make it work. And this is much better. Now we're in good shape. So, just a little bit about yourself. You married, with kids?
Yeah, absolutely. So, married now, going on 16 years, and four children. So, and a dog. So that's been that's been quite a journey, quite a fun journey there for sure. But extremely grateful. Started building the family real young, and I'm grateful about the way it worked out.
Fantastic. You know what? Marriage to your partner and your best friend, it's always a beautiful thing. So, you are now at Jovia Federal Credit Union, and you don't have the typical banker's role there. You're a little bit it's a little bit of a different role. What is that role? Tell me a little bit about that role.
Absolutely. So I'd love to say that, quite honestly, I've landed my dream role after spending 21 years working for major financial institutions like Chase, TD Bank, HSBC. I'm now have the pleasure and the good fortune of handling community relations for Jovia Financial Credit Union. So, in that role, it's the ability to take everything I've learned because in all the roles as a branch manager, as a business development officer, as a business lender. I always used to do a lot of grassroots community relation, connecting with organizations, serving on nonprofits, and here on a much larger scale to have the opportunity to do it for an organization that's completing its 85th, celebrating its 85th anniversary this year. And credit unions are all about helping out the community. They're all about advocating for those who don't have a voice. And I'm just really grateful to be doing that. And as part of the role, it's handling community relations both internally and externally. So it's how do we promote the credit union outside? How do we build those memorable connections and make a difference outside of our walls? And at the same time, how do we invigorate the team to do community service? And it's something that's been going on long before I arrived here. So it's in our DNA, but I'm happy now in this newly created role to be at the helm and have the opportunity to lead those efforts.
So you're the first one who's actually been in a position of community relations where your role is really to go out and build bridges from the credit union to the community. Are you pretty much you're a trailblazer in that?
Yeah, I have to say, I mean, I kudos to Jovia for establishing the role and seeing it. But yeah, I'm very fortunate. It's about getting out there, making those connections, and what I try to do, or at least what I've been charged to do is right. Everyone, we see those big organizations, the United Way, the Red Cross, and those are all great and reputable organizations and excellent causes. What we try to do here too is look out for the organizations that maybe aren't as big and on the forefront, but are still doing amazing things, impacting our members, impacting our community, and how do we find those organizations and give them the love and support that they need to continue to make an impact.
You know what? That's phenomenal. And you said that thank goodness for Jovia for creating the position, but in order to make it work, they needed to find the right person to play the role in the position, and I believe that they have with you. But
Thank you.
it is true that the big organizations, the $100 million a year organizations, they don't necessarily need the help of Jovia. But as someone who works with a $1 million charity, those are the charities that really need the help. And where you come in and you make an impact, you're making a big impact. I always tell people you don't even make a ripple in the water with the United Way. But, with some of the smaller organizations on Long Island, you're really doing a phenomenal work, helping them to achieve their mission. which is not always easy to do. So that's phenomenal. And
Thanks.
and it's nice that you have the support of management. You know, I would imagine a lot of times this type of role doesn't always have the full support. So I think you're very fortunate and they're very fortunate.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Absolutely. Ironically, in my previous organization, which I won't say, a lot of my community activities had to be done on my own time. So it was, doing the 9 to 5 grind. And if there was anything out there community oriented or related, I would either have to fit that in or find ways to do it on my time. So now to have the opportunity where the organization encourages us to be out there, every single team member to find the time. And I will say it stems from the top down. Our senior leadership team, our senior management, starting from our CEO, are just an amazing group of people. And like you said, yeah, the efforts are supported, encouraged, advocated, and commended. So it's just a beautiful cycle. And again, just grateful to be a part of it.
That's fantastic. And you know what? You can tell the excitement and energy in your voice. So, that's phenomenal. You want to do something you love doing, and you obviously love doing it. So that's great. And now it kind of the segue is almost too easy in terms of the giving back, the philanthropy, the helping others, and that leads us a little bit to your relationship with Long Island Elite. So let's talk a little bit about that and how in your personal, professional, what first of all, how long have you been in LA?
Good question. So now I'll be completing 4 years. So I started 4 years ago, which was it's flown by.
It's really incredible. It's really incredible. So, for those who are seeing this and may not know, Long Island Elite is a philanthropic slash business development group. And each year, Long Island Elite picks one Long Island charity partner and raises money for that partner all year. And then at the end of the year, there's a gala. And at that gala, a relatively large check, this year I think was $110,000, is provided to that charity. And again, a lot of times it's a smaller 501c3. This year is a perfect example where we're working with Paws of War, which is relatively, I mean, on the scale of some of the military charities you hear of, it's relatively small. And a check of $110,000, hopefully, knock on wood, we give them more, is game changing. So, was it the philanthropy that brought you along? What brought you in?
So interesting story. I actually, it's a beautiful story of, and I think great for everyone to hear on how just doing the right thing and having a desire to do the right thing can put you in places and opportunities that you couldn't even dream of. So I was I had been with Capital One in the city, and I had gotten laid off. They laid off about 300 managers at the time. And then I was working for a small credit union. And since I was back on the island where I hadn't been in a couple of years, I got back in contact with Long Island Reach. So Long Island Reach is an organization, nonprofit organization, formerly Long Beach Reach, and they work with individuals with mental health and for substance abuse, and also have a alternative school as well. And I started serving on their board. Well, started reserving because I had previously been serving years ago, and then when I went to the city, I had to stop it. So I'm back on it, and within 2 3 months, they're picked up by the LIE as their charity partner of that year. So, it's starting off with board service with Long Island Reach, and then all of a sudden being picked up by LIE just gave me the opportunity to be on there. Of course, I felt the need to be on the gala committee and really get involved, out of a sense of gratitude. And LIE did phenomenal things for Reach and just helping us to become more big time in our thinking, even in our fundraising, to change the way we thought about things, the prices, the scope. And I got connected there, and then I happened to run into Amy Keegan, who's a longtime mentor and someone I admire very, very dearly. And she was the previous charity partner. with ACLD. So it came in, my connection to LIE started because of my service on the board for Long Island Reach. And that's what got me involved and got me acclimated to the group. And at the time, I was a branch manager with a small credit union in the area.
Well, and I know that in the 4 years you've been with Long Island Elite, you've made an impact. You are definitely a mover and shaker within the organization, and that it's done. It provides a lot. If you take advantage of what it has to offer, it can provide a lot. And I know that we are now, you and I are on the diversity and inclusion committee, and we're going to be having a workshop for entrepreneurs, minority entrepreneurs, in terms of helping them to learn more about the kinds of things in business that they may know about, may not know about, and what does that committee mean to you?
It's been absolutely tremendous because for twofold, it allowed me to get connected with some individuals who are mentors of mine now, like Bert Lurch, Evan Bloom. So that was the beginning of that. And it really spoke to the organization. It takes an organization saying, hey, we can do better or we can improve versus a lot of organizations that may be into the status quo. So the DE&I committee opportunity became about informing others and really creating an inclusive environment and seeing how we can create opportunities for others. And, as a fellow minority myself, being of Puerto Rican and Dominican background, having the opportunity to learn from individuals and business owners who I didn't necessarily have that kind of a peer group growing up was a tremendous opportunity. So our workshop coming up is really twofold. Very excited to be working on it and to be one of the speakers. And it's two things. It's the ability to teach all entrepreneurs, right, about sales, strategy, the importance of community development and the opportunities that can arise. But also, too, there's an awesome quote by Marion Edelman Wright that says, "You cannot be what you cannot see." So especially too for that entrepreneur to see other minority entrepreneurs as well on the stage as experts, giving that information. The information by itself would be just as valuable, but then when you see someone who maybe looks like you with a similar background, might talk like you, that impact right there can just bring it all together. That knowledge and then the inspiration and mentorship is really what LIE is about, and I'm grateful to be a part of it. So we're looking forward to the event next week.
100%. I am definitely looking forward to that, and I have to say that while we're not talking for a long time, getting to talk to you is always a pleasure. It's great to see what you're doing and how much you love what you're doing, and also to talk about a little bit about what Long Island Elite has meant for you. And it's your journey. Your journey is a good one.
Thanks, Mike. And you're someone I admire as well because I know it wasn't until we got connected with the D&I committee that we got to work together, but I always saw you. You're very methodical. You're always out there trying to promote the good causes that you're doing, trying to bring people together. And I think that's what the LA is about. It's about learning from each other. So I see a guy like you who's moving and shaking, but busy schedule, super calm and cool, regardless, but doing big things and just steady, moving steady. And that's important in business, right? Consistent action, moving steady. And that's, I got to say, something I learned from you and that I really admire and appreciate.
Well, I appreciate that, and it's been great. And I look forward to doing this again in a few months or a year, and maybe you're chairman of the bank by then.
I appreciate it. And hey, for those of you who are on a part of the LIE, I definitely highly recommend to take advantage of this opportunity, even just to have a conversation with Mike. But really, it is a value-added resource for members, an opportunity to just have some authentic dialogue. I'll let the members know a little bit about you. It is a pretty large organization, so this is an excellent opportunity for you to get your story out there, and more importantly, for other members to get to know about you and connect with you. So I'm looking forward to the conversations. I highly recommend our members, all members, but especially our new members, take advantage of this and hop on so we can get to know you better and we can get to hear about your story, which is really what connecting is all about.
You know what? Couldn't have said it any better, Rich. Listen,
I got to do your plug.
you have a great day.
Mike, I really appreciate this time, man. Thank you very
All right, my
much.
friend. Take care.
Take care. You too.
That was great.
Thank you, my friend. Yeah, look,
Do
seemed
you
to work out
feel that
better.
it was better than the last time?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good flow. Definitely. I mean, you're always consistent with your questions. So you got a good flow with that. But yeah, I definitely felt a little more comfortable the last time
Yeah,
I was had
kinda-
family in the house.
yeah, you were. Yeah, you had other things on your mind.
Yeah, but it was good. But I'm glad we got to make this happen. And more importantly, man, I want to make sure that other members know about this.
Yeah, that was great. Hope the problem is in order to know what you said, they would have to be watching this to the end, and who knows if that happens. But you know, and it's a hopefully a good plug for the organization too.
Well, you know what, with this, especially since we've got like social media people on there, I mean, this could be something where you got your 10, 12 minutes, but then maybe instead of just the interview about me, they could do like a 60-second clip of, hey, this is what Rich had to say to new members about this.
Yeah,
So let's maybe connect with Michelle and then
yeah,
so this way, they could have the full interview, but then at the same time, just have that little plug for them. And we could put it on the private Facebook page and everything like that.
absolutely. I wish I knew how to do that,
We
but
got to find a
somebody
way.
does. Somebody does. All right, man. Listen, you have a great day,
You
and
too.
thank you.
Mike, I appreciate you, brother. Sending you a hug, man. Thanks for the
Uh,
opportunity.
right back at you. I'll see you
Talk to you soon,
soon.
brother. Thanks. Bye bye.